Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another week, and I always say that a lot, but hey, we never know if we're going to make it week to week on anything. So, hey, we've made it. So here we are, another great show. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is SR Synth Weekly. I do showcase a bunch of synth artists and a bunch of different music. I call it Synth Weekly, but I'm branching out and just adding a lot more. So if you look at it and kind of go, oh, this ain't just synth music. My show, I can do what I want. No, seriously, I'm trying to get music that you haven't heard of and showcase it. So let's just get started for today. I'm going to start out first with a music video, which is really awesome because I love it when she sends me stuff. It's Jessie Frey, and if you've heard her before, I played her before, but I'm trying something new, and she has a new album coming out, and this is the single from her album that's coming. The song is called Villainess, and I'm not going to try to do it how she does it in the video because I'll screw it up. But this single comes out on April 19th. That's why I'm playing on this show. And the song is really awesome. As I said before, she's like, I call her the succubus. Because it's just the way it turns out, the way the song she played before, and I forgot the name. But this song, Villainess, is, it encompasses exactly what it says. If you watch the video, you'll see she's maleficent and all this other stuff. But in my own views, in my own brainchild of just listening to the music, not the video, but just the music, this is one of those movie scenes where it's a transformation kind of deal, like when I want to say the heroine, or I'm sorry, not the heroine, but when the main protagonist turns from a normal person into kind of like a possessed demons, or they've changed their lifestyle and stuff, and they've become kind of the badass, so to speak, and it kind of gives you that first meeting with after transformation. It's like, here I am, and this is the confidence, the build and everything, and this song kind of incorporates that. That's what I feel with the wording and everything, and that's what popped in my head. It's kind of like also gives me that feeling of, if you want to go the opposite end, not just a villain, but a person showing off after a personal change or personal transformation of their own thing, and their confidence is built, and they walk through and everybody just stops and stares. That kind of feel. I like using, like, Night of the Demon, like when they're after the transformation, all this sultry succubus, demon sound, but the confidence up it, while as before they were just, in the corner, not noticed. Either that or like the 96 version, there's a movie called Little Witches, and it's just the same thing. But check it out. It's, like I said, the single comes out on April 19th, and the album's out on June 7th. This is a little change. So check it out. It's Jessie Frey, and it's Villainous.
Villainess. Villainess. What happened on the day your faith died? What happened when you suddenly realized that everything you thought to be right dies. What happens when you finally decide to give orders and not just take them? To make the rules, not just break them. You want to do what queens do. You want to rule like queens rule. You'd rather be hated for who you are than adored and loved for who you are not. You laugh out loud like you mean it. You curse and rage when you feel like it. You claim what's yours and just take it. That's why they call you by the name Villainess. What happens on the day your doubts die? What happens on the day your doubts die? What happens when you let yourself soar? You laugh out loud like you mean it. You curse and rage when you feel like it. You claim what's yours and just take it. That's why they call you by the name Villainess. Villainess.
Like it should give you that whole villainous feel. Doesn't mean the whole song's villainous, and gives you that whole transformation feel. So definitely check her stuff out, and get the album and the single when it comes out. Next up, we have Burial Grid, and Doom. It's a Doomwave horror synth, and it proves it in big time here. Out of Northampton, Massachusetts. The song is called "An Unwilling Spectator." His description is hallucinatory panorama panic. As I say that, I mean that's a good starting point. But this is a full moon movie. I mean, if you listen to a lot of the Charles Band full moon horror movies, this kind of reminds me of Blood Dolls. And if you haven't seen the movie, definitely check that out. But it kind of gives me that Blood Dolls, the interactions between, the evil's first appearance and, as it grows and the evil first shows up. I also say, on any kind of horror movie, this like I said, the evil first shows up, and it's like when you've seen it, like the background is all black, and it's like coming over a hill. You got the lights, on the background, and you just see it, the evil coming up over, and you just start seeing as it grows up, follow from the shoes up, and then it's like, here's the villain. Also kind of gives me also that timing of coming into like some of those horror movies where they're like clubbing, and stuff, and the I'll use a vampire on this time. It could be a demon or vampire, but it comes in and shows in to the club, and everybody just pretty much stops and goes, "Who's that guy?" That's the kind of feel. Also, kind of gives me that thing where the heroes, doing all the fighting, the minions, and all of a sudden here's the evil. The evil and the hero meet for the first time, and it's kind of like the theme song for the evil villain. So that's my feel on that. Like I always say, give me your opinions on it. Again, check this out. It's a Burial Grid, and it's an Unwilling Spectator. kind of gives you that vibe, doesn't it? It's just kind of like that demon showing up. So definitely check out Barrel Grid. I like all of the music they play, and it's just pretty much in that same styling. So definitely check their stuff out. And everybody on here, like I always say, follow their social media and buy their stuff. Next up is Canal Pop. I hope I say that right. There's kind of like a synth pop, synth wave. You know, they're out of Buenos Aires, Argentina. I'm actually surprised I said that. The song is called "Let's Move." This is I'm gonna read the description. It's a happy little song sung by a teen girl about moving out of a depressing place. You can use that, and like Jessie Frey, you know, she was the villainess. I'm gonna use this song as a heroine. Canal Pop, this song, "Let's Move." This is also a transformation, but instead of a hero, instead of the normal person becoming a villain, you know, possessed by a demon, I want to go the opposite and say this is the heroine of the movie. I don't want to say it like this, but the best analogy is like the ugly duckling that you've seen in movies, and they did transformation in this, you know, beautiful transformation where she changes into something different, or changes from the girl in the corner to the main head turner, so to speak. I don't mean that in any other way, just movie scene. Just to give you a visual of the movie scene. It kind of gives you that that whole feel about when they, like I said, the little ugly duckling going to the swan type deal. The girl in the corner, heroine has become, and she gets more confidence and everything else, and she's overcoming the situation. The situation of her own misgivings into a new life. Second way I also look at this, and it kind of works on the same tone. It's the same lovers. They get together. The lover leaves. Gain the confidence. The heroines gain confidence, and in her and her love interest, they've already taken care of their problems, and they've come together, and it's kind of like an outro of them leaving happily leaving happily. So it kind of gives me both of those feelings. They kind of both work in the same movie, but just kind of two different thoughts on it. Like I said, just give me your thoughts on it. I may be different. It may be different what they're thinking of, but like I said, everybody has has their own view. So definitely check it out. It's a Canal Pop, and it's "Let's Move."
I
So what do you think? I mean, it gives me that feeling. So I don't know why I can't even think of a movie right now with it. I use witches because that would just pops in my head. The girl who gains powers and stuff like that. So let's go with that. Like I said, check out all their stuff, buy it, enjoy it. Next up, we have Fighter Jets, and I don't have my pen on me, but Fighter Jets is electronic, the kind of rock synthy kind of feel. Great vocals. They're out of San Francisco, and the song is called "Where We're Going, We Don't Need Roads." This is a great. I mean, it kind of gives me a good vibe on it. I should say right now, this is a single that's coming out actually this month, the month of April. So just keep an eye on that on their social media. That's why you need to follow. Follow their social medias. This song kind of gives me a bunch of vibes, and this is one of those where you can use it on anything. This is a intro to a post-apocalyptic movie. The hero or heroine's entering the scene. Actually, I would use this. A group is entering, the heroes or heroines are all in a group, and they're entering the scene. And that's kind of where I first start. It also gives me that thing where the hero and the love interest and the main character see each other, and the main lover decides to leave the abusive relationship side. I'll just use it this way: the hero comes up and the love interest, and it's always been kind of like she was with a secondary antagonist or the main antagonist, and just a whole abusive relationship, and finally at the end she dumps him, or depending on if it's post-apocalyptic, kills him. But anyway, she gets out of that relationship and finally realizes that she needs to be with the hero, be happy, and that's kind of what kind of gives me that feeling. It's just there's a whole lot you can say about it, but I mean that's the main feeling. Again, it's basically a you've got the intro for the movie, or you've got that love interest is getting out of there, and getting out and going to be happy. So give it a try. Actually, don't try. Buy. Like I said, it's Fighter Jets. Give them a look. Make sure you're following them on all the social media, which is all below. It's Fighter Jets, and it's Where We're Going, We Don't Need Roads.
We are the kids who've been
it gives, like I said, it gives me that feel, you know. But like I said, your opinions are a little different, you know, and everybody will be thinking something different. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I love listening to it as always. Anyway, just let me know what you think. Next up is our man Levinsky. I've learned how to say it by now. So the song here, I don't have to say he's from Helsinki, Finland. The song here is Love Kills featuring Sandra Bullock. This song is obviously, like all of Levinsky's stuff, is very awesome. Always check out his stuff. He's touring soon. But let me give you his description, because I'll give you his and then I'll add to mine as always. This is a sultry, risque, and fatal, I hope that's what I'm saying right, fatally dark synth pop song to bring you to your knees. Love Takes No Prisoners, featuring a stellar voice performed by Miss Sandra Bullock from Portugal. I'll agree with Sandra on that. The voice is awesome. So before I add that, yes, it's awesome. I know I didn't say anything. Before I go any further, all of the vocals on here, I want to say they're awesome. I never really say that. I've said that a few times, but just make sure that I wasn't really big into vocals until I started doing this, and all of them have been awesome. So just if I don't say it, I don't have to. I mean, they know they're awesome. But anyway, moving on. Levinsky, this song, Love Kills, it kind of gives me that, Ferris Bueller feel. This is the, you know, lovers meeting, you know, love song between lovers meeting, kind of like the genre, like I said, Ferris Bueller, kind of gives me that adventure feel, adventure type movie, you know, where the lovers get together and leave together, you know, but it just gives me that 80s feel, you know, it just gives me that great nostalgia adventure type love movie. And I say that oddly because, you know, adventure and love, you know, they always go together, but it just gives me that feel of, you know, just that extra added in there. So, and Love Kills, you know, works as a perfect song name. The voicing on it is, you know, gives me that, you know, like the lovers finally can take a minute to be together, or, you know, at the end of a movie where they're leaving together. Just kind of gives me that whole feel, and everybody knows Ferris Bueller, so you can basically see, you know, the good saying where Ferris and the girl are, you know, leaving together. Also, any kind of like 80s romantic comedy or romantic adventure movie like that would be perfect for this song, and it just rocks as always. So, like I say, check it out and check out all the rest of the music, because it's always awesome. It's Levinsky and it's Love Kills featuring Sandra Bullock.
Got a fatal addiction waiting for your call.
mean, didn't the vocals also work on that? Like I said, it gives me that 80s, 80s romantic adventure. So definitely check them out and let me know what you think. But moving on, next up we have Eli Raybon, and I hope I say that right. The song is called, excuse me, the song is not called that. Song is called Empathy Test. This is a really awesome 80s song, about mid 80s. But let me read you the description of it, and then I'll add mine. Empathy Test is the first single from my upcoming sci-fi album Super Toys, mixing upbeat synth pop grooves with lyrics inspired by Blade Runner. It's thought-provoking track with a pure pop hook. I'll add. I want to add a lot more to that. This is, if anybody's ever seen the great 80s, kind of sci-fi fantasy romance, and I'm not saying like, post-apocalyptic or anything like that. I'm talking Short Circuit, Mannequin. Everybody's seen those two movies. So this is kind of like the, like a intro lighthearted scenes. I'll use the short, the robot and hero wins and the gathering with friends afterwards. That's kind of what I get. I kind of got those both there. The intro, it's kind of intro like, it's lighthearted. Kind of gives you that everybody's seeing the robot for the first time, the robot's being made, or the main protagonist that's not part of the robot, or the secondary main character, and you're meeting the family for the first time. Kind of gives you that feel. And I also give it, the reason I say it's kind of like after the hero wins, it's kind of like that everybody's coming around after, before the main ending of the movie, and it kind of gives you that lightheartedness. It may not sound lighthearted, but if you go back to some of those movies, they kind of gives you that. It kind of gives you that romantic feel, and that finale feel. It kind of gives you that everything's come together, everybody's pretty much happy, and that's the feel I get from this. I also say it's kind of like the Forbidden Love finally gets together. That's what the Mannequin restaurant I reference. It kind of gives me that, hey, this is it. They finally get together. She's no longer Mannequin, and they can go off in the twilight. That's the feel I get from all of it. So check it out. It's again, it's Eli Raybon, and it's an Empathy Test.
Sure, we get an accurate reading. Stop your protests, don't try to resist. We've come to administer an empathy test. We wanna know what's in your head, what makes you tick or tick. I promise you it's painless, the procedure is very quick. We wanna know what's in your mind. It's no cause for concern. We check for faulty wires and make sure your gears still turn. Settle down. We're receiving a steady stream of data that will tell us what you're dreaming. How does it feel to have your buttons pressed? Your synapses under the stress of an empathy test. We wanna know what's in your head, what makes you tick or tick. I promise you it's painless, the procedure is very circuits all connect. The evidence is indisputable. We wanna know what's in your head, what makes you tick or tick. I promise you it's painless, the procedure is very quick. We wanna know what's in your mind, there's no cause for concern. We check for faulty wires and make sure your gear still turns.
Like I said, it kind of gives you that whole 80s feel, you know, like Levinsky. It kind of gives you that, you know, you could use it so many different ways, but that's what I felt about it. Especially that, you know, whole short circuit ending movie type. That's gives me that feel of it. So check it out. Make sure you follow their links on the below, so that you can listen to the rest. I mean, because the whole, you know, everybody's awesome, and you know, you need to listen to it. Last up for today, we have Nanoverse, and based out of Miami, Florida. And this song's called Until You're Dead. It's a synthwave. I'll add, you know, it says synthwave, but I'll add a little bit of a, you know, a little dark wave X element to it, you know, a little everything to it. All the music's awesome on it, and the feeling I get, I don't have a description so it gives me pretty much openness here, but the feeling I get, you have a few options here. I want to start with, it's kind of like a fighting movie, with a heavy revenge fighting movie type. It's kind of like that, you know, intro action movie where the hero, you know, is seeking revenge, and it kind of gives you that first feel of it. Also kind of gives me another, you know, the action movie where the hero has to fight a post-apocalyptic AI or robot menace. I want to say, like I said in the last video, it kind of gives me that Robot Jocks. There's also a movie that just popped in my head, and I can't think of it right offhand. It's where an Earth fighter is gone to space, and he's facing all these alien fighters. Actually, I think it is called Alien Fighters. I'll have to look it up. But that's kind of the feel I get. It just kind of gives me that, you know, kind of like heavy fight, you know, post-apocalyptic feel. And it because it just keeps going and going, and it's just an awesome, great song. Also, it kind of gives me that. I know it's kind of weird. I always say this a lot because it always works this way. It's kind of like that, where the hero is the title sequence, you know, or not title, but it's at the beginning of the movie, and the hero's actually the first time you see him driving up and getting out of the car, you know, kind of deal. That also gives me that feel. But like I said, everybody's got a little different, and the writer probably has something completely different than I do. But that's just what I get. So check it out for our final today, and because it's really awesome. It's a Nanoverse, and it's Until You're Dead. I mean, there's a lot of things you could put on that one, so it just gives me that whole vibe. And I said it wrong. My brain just conjunctioned it. If you're looking on it online, it's Nanoverse Until You Are Dead. My brain just conjunctioned it to Until You're Dead. So if you're looking it up, it's Until You Are Dead. So I'm sorry about that. So, but that's it for today. For this week. Hope you like all the music here. I do. Make sure, like I always say, make sure you follow everything on their social media, follow their accounts, and download their music on their media pages, because it's just awesome, and they follow back, and they're just everybody I've been showcasing is really awesome. So follow them and just give them the love that they deserve. I don't really have much else today. Just make sure you're following and follow me on my social media. Like and subscribe to this video and to my account. Make sure you're hitting the bell notifications so you can get notified when the new episodes come out every week. I appreciate everybody, and I'll hope to see you next week. Have a good one.